I've always had friends who are older than me. And I could see a lot of them in the most successful careers, successful jobs, beautiful partners, whatever it was. But I saw a sense of lack of fulfillment, meaning, and purpose in their lives. And I've always been an observer, and I would see these people who are like 5 years older than me, 7 years older than me, maybe 10 years older than me. And I'd be watching them and go, is that the life I want? And often the advice I give to people today is fast forward where you are, look at yourself in 10, 15, 20 years time, and ask yourself the question, is that where I want to be? If you're in a company, look at the person who's 20 years ahead of you and ask yourself, is that where I want to be? If you're in a startup, look at where other startups have got to in similar roles and go, is that where I want to be? And if the answer is no, then you need to find a new path. And for me, the answer at that time from observing was no. The path that my parents or society or the university I went to or the community I had that was carving out for me, it didn't feel like the path for me. So I was almost seeking an alternative or a new path. See, we live in echo chambers. We're just surrounded by the same thinking. How often do you bump into a monk? You know, it just doesn't happen. No one has a dinner party and goes, oh yeah, we just invited the monk, from town, like the local monk. Like no one ever does that. And so we meet people who are just like us most of the time. And we talk about this in business all the time. If you want to be a billionaire, spend time with billionaires. If you want to be a millionaire, spend time with millionaires. If you want to be a tech startup, spend time with, that's the common rhetoric that we hear all the time. But what if you want to find purpose and master the mind? There's no one better than a monk who's mastered the mind. So for me, the first step is just opening yourself up to new experiences and new role models. Because most of us can't see ourselves in people, so then we try and fit ourselves into the boxes that we do see. And I mean, there's this beautiful quote that I've been saying it everywhere, and I wish I wrote it, but I didn't. So it's by a philosopher and writer named Cooley. And he said that today, I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. And just let that blow your mind for a moment. It's so powerful. I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. So we live in this perception of a perception of ourselves. Hence, my identity is made by what my parents think I should be. My identity is made up by what my college or university thinks I should achieve. While you're living in that bubble and that echo chamber, getting to what you really want to do is impossible because maybe that just doesn't fit. And I think so many people feel that way today, that they don't fit into the current education system. They don't fit with the 3 or 4 or 5 careers that you're taught exist. So that process of self-excavation and actualization first requires being exposed. You can't be what you can't see. If I never saw a monk, I would never have wanted to be a monk. If I never meet a billionaire, I wouldn't want to be one because I wouldn't know what that feels like. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it takes. And I think that's the biggest challenge of our society, that we're not exposed.
Do you know what day of the week you are most likely to die from a heart attack? Take a guess. I'll give you a second. It's Monday. Care to guess what time? It is between 8 and 9 a.m. Do you know what else happens Monday at 8? That is the same day and time people get ready to go into jobs they hate. Coincidence? I don't think so. Take a look at this chart. This is the lifespan of the average person. On average, we live about 80 years. If we're lucky, we start working at about 18, and we work, and retire at about 67. Now, what does this tell you? That for better or for worse, the majority of your life will be spent at work. Do not spend that time unhappy. Like my friend Jay. See, Jay would always say, when I finish school, then I'll be happy. Well, Jay finished school, but he wasn't happy. So then Jay said, when I get a job, then I'll be happy. Jay got a job, but he still wasn't happy. So Jay said, when I get married, settle down, and have kids, then I'll be happy. Well, he got married, settled down, had 2 kids, but still wasn't happy. So then Jay said, okay, when the kids leave home and I retire, then I'll be happy. Well, the kids left home and he retired, but he still wasn't happy. So Jay started going to church. And I asked Jay why he was going to church so much. And he said, because when I die, then I'll be happy. Jay's story, however sad, is not unique. I could have replaced Jay with Johnny or Bonnie. In fact, Jay's initials stand for just about everybody. Many of us are like Jay, but it is not our fault. We have been tricked to stay stuck in jobs that are literally making us sick, and to be and then people. You know about the and then people, right? It's people who constantly say, and then I'll be happy. Ladies and gentlemen, we must go from living as and thens to becoming right nows. We have to be happy right now. How? We must either find a job we love or bring more love into our jobs. It is time to step out of the rat race. Because the funny thing is, even if you win, make a load of money, hold up the trophy that everybody hails, you're still a furry rodent with a pointy nose and long tail. Wake up. Stop playing with your life. This ain't a video game. This ain't Mario Kart. This ain't Fortnite. There is no try again button, no option to redo this level. When the game's over, game's over. But there is one cheat code to the human console, and that is to take control and to stop buying into the lies society has told, like how overworking is cool and being stressed out is a status symbol. Oh, and I almost forgot the biggest lie. Keep a work-life balance. Now, on the surface, you may not see how crazy that sounds, but think about it. Work-life balance? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't life come before work? Because when your life is better, your work is better? But don't take my opinion. Harvard professor Sean Achor recently discovered something fantastic, which he calls the happiness advantage. His studies prove that 75% of job success can be predicted by not how smart you are, not how talented you are, but how happy you are. His research is decisive. He says when you're happy, your intelligence rises, creativity rises, your productivity rises. And you know what else is funny? You also make more money. But here's the real kicker. You live longer too. I know, it sounds too good to be true, but yes, optimists actually live longer than pessimists, so you could stretch this graph a few extra years if this time here is filled with more joy and cheer. Let me be clear, do not take this message lightly. It is your duty to be happy for your own sake. I don't care if you're here at the end, it is never too late to trade in your deadlyhood for a livelihood and refuse to suffer during the weekdays. Ironic they call it that, because you're literally in a weekdays where you're constantly waiting for the weekend. See, I believe so many people die of heart attacks because they are involved in work that their hearts are just not in. I believe people have low vital signs because they are involved in work that is not vital to them. My friends, happiness is a choice, but anyone who says it's easy has lied. It ain't easy, but you have to try. The first step is to look inside and remember the quote that the Buddha wrote 2,000 years ago, which I believe today for most people still applies. The problem is, you think you have time. Stop wasting your life.
people you are hanging out with are not your friends. I want you to ask yourself this question. Are they raising you up or pushing you down? Are they helping you grow or holding you back? You have something special inside of you. I can see it. But I feel like the people you hang around, they have their own agendas. And I've had people like this in my life before. People who wanted to get close to me, used me to get what they wanted, and then once they got it, they left. So you can't call everybody your friend. The word friend comes from a European word, friend, meaning to love. These people, they don't love you. They don't belong in your squad. A squad is a team of people who you go to war with. They fight with you. You fight with them. You fight together. See, a true friend isn't somebody who makes your problems disappear, but they are the ones who won't disappear when you face problems. See, fake friends are like shadows. They're around you during the brightest times, but they disappear during the darkest times. So I'm going to tell you this. It's better to walk alone at night than with a fake friend in the light. Better an enemy attack you than a fake friend hug you. See, I know sometimes it's fun hanging out with them. You laugh, you joke, but see, that don't mean much. It's easy to be friends when things are going well. But what about when things ain't going well? Oprah said, everybody want to ride with you in a limo. But what about when that limo breaks down and it's cold? Who's going to be there with you on the side of the road? Who's going to be there to carry your bags with you as you got to walk home? See, I don't want to preach, but your life is dependent on two things: the people you hang out with and the books you read. Do not stunt your growth by hanging out with the wrong crowd. I'm going to say it again. You have a gift inside of you. You got to answer that call because it's not going to ring forever. The more time you spend with these people, the less time you're going to have to bring that gift out. I know you may say it don't matter, they don't affect me. And to that, I want to ask you this. What's the easiest way to catch a cold? You hang out with somebody with a cold, right? Well, what's the easiest way to catch a negative mindset? You hang out with somebody with a negative mindset. The energy you hang around, it matters. You can't hang around energy vampires. They say people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. See, I believe these so-called friends you have, their season has passed. And it's your season now, where you flourish, where you grow, and you become exactly who you were always meant to be.